On this episode of Camping Cribs, let's check out Tina's Vista Cruiser. You've had a couple of trailers since I have known you. What is special and unique about this one, and what attracted you to it? Because you had a vintage trailer before.
I had a vintage, and it, had nothing. Well, I spent several years tent camping, but I wanted to have hot water and a toilet. Now, this also has a shower. And I can remember the first time I saw someone with a shower, I thought, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. There's a shower at the campgrounds. Well, no, showers are kind of nice if they're your own. What this particular camper was, it has twin beds. Most of them have a queen. Well, I'm never going to camp with anyone other than me or a friend. So I wanted separate beds. And I actually took my daughter and one of her children on a trip. And I've decided I really don't like to share my camper.
So you didn't have hot water before?
I didn't have
Did
hot
it have
water.
Air conditioner?
Nope, no air conditioner, no hot water. It had a pump, so there was a water bladder at one time, but when I got it, it didn't. So I had nothing. So I had my bucket with a bag for my toilet. You had handy wipes or a basin. You just poured cold water in it to wash your face, brush your teeth kind of thing.
I get it.
My first camping spot with this, I didn't have, when you buy a new trailer, they don't tell you you need stuff. I just assumed it all came with it.
With the RV.
So my first night, I was so excited I was going to camp. Well, I didn't have a hose for water. I didn't have anything for the sewer. All I had was my electrical cord, and I thought, well, this is fun. Not. So my first camping real trip with this, other than bringing the trailer home, was a friend that said, okay, this is how you use your hot water, and this is how the refrigerator works.
Nice.
And so she kind of told me. So the next morning it was like, oh my gosh, I had hot water to wash my face. It was just, I felt I had arrived.
Well, so on that note, since you helped out, Tina helped out with the taping of our RV Rookie Training for Women course. What would that have meant if you had started from ground zero and had something like that? Do you think that would have made a difference?
I do, because I would have been prepared.
You still have to
I
experience
still would
it.
have done it anyway, but it would have been nice to know that, okay, there's a few things you need to do, because I had it, you buy your trailer and then 2 days later you come get it, because they have to, I guess, plug things in. So I had days that I could have purchased things had I known. And with a course, it's kind of like, I don't have to sit there in my little chair and cry because I can't get the little sewer cap off my thing here. It's like, okay, there's tools that you can use and stuff, and so it would have been not as traumatizing, I'm going to say. I still did it, but it would have been nice to know, oh yeah, I want these, I can do this, and I can plug this in, and
maybe take
it would have been
out
nice.
a little bit of that fear of the unknown. If you had seen some of the pieces and parts before you actually were out here using them. Tell everybody, what's the year, make, and model of this?
This is 19 feet inside. My little Scotty was 15. And the difference from that to this is like a whole nother house. And so with this model, it's a TWS, which means twin. And it has a shower on one side, has toilet and sink on the other. You have your bedroom, you have your living dining area. I like having a separate table. I don't want to get rid of that. It has a stove and oven, and I have always thought it'd be the coolest thing to bake brownies while you're camping.
Have you done it yet?
No. Leanne did that. We were in Yellowstone a couple years ago, and her trailer was on such a crooked site that she came out with brownies. She says, okay, you can either have your cakey brownies or you can have your little hard crispy ones, because they were baked in the same pan, kind of thing.
Well, what is your favorite cooking apparatus? Do you cook outdoors? Do you have something that you plug in?
I've cooked on the stove. So you boil and stews and that kind of thing.
Warm things up.
Yeah. It has a microwave, and I've cooked outside, but I'm one of those, if I can have crackers and cheese. Okay, that's like breakfast is toast and coffee. So I have my little coffee set up, and my little toaster. With the toaster, I've learned that I have to have a fan blowing toward the toaster, toward the window. Otherwise, the smoke alarm goes off, and that's really loud. And especially when your door's open, all the other campers are kind of going, "What's that?" You know,
somebody burned down first thing in the morning.
Yeah. So I've learned, but I'm a very low-key eater camping.
I get you.
So, because I want to sit outside and visit. Yeah.
And everybody does it differently, don't they? Some people are out here cooking bacon. Some people are just having coffee. Some people avocado toast.
And some people cook at home and bring out. And so you always want to camp next to those people.
Yeah.
Because you get the chocolate covered, bananas that have been frozen, and you get the homemade scones, and you get the, churned ice cream stuff, and it's like, so you want to camp by next to those people.
You're smart. That's what's fun about camping with a big group of women too.
Yes.
And everybody, if you're missing a tool, somebody else has got it, or a piece of gear, and then definitely sharing the food.
Or, something's going wrong. Oh, well, it's this, and you go in there and going, no, it's not. It's like, oh yeah, I guess it was.
Yep, they were right.
Yeah.
Because
so it is nice.
They've experienced it.
Yeah.
We would love to take a little tour of the inside of the Vista Cruiser. Did you give this one a name?
No. My other one was Scissortail, because Okie, and Scissortail flycatcher is the state bird. And other than the fact it was decorated outside iconically, I was going to make it an Okie inside. Well, now that I've been as an adult out west, it's like, well, gee, I like the Oklahoma theme. I like the Buffalo theme. I like the cowgirl theme, even though I'm not, so I'm figuring a, imposer. So I can't do that. And I have too many different, but because it's not a vintage, so it's not a color, I'm going off of blue. Blue's my favorite color anyway. So it's a blue themed. I'm thinking maybe Sun Moon Stars one of these days.
Ooh, I like that.
So you never know.
I love blue too.
Oh, see, yes.
Okay,
come on in.
Let's take a tour.
Okay. It's not that I'm all into streamers, but you hit your head on these a lot.
Yeah.
And even if you put some little something there, or a pool noodle, you're still hitting your head. So if you have something that comes way down, if you're carrying things, you still notice it. So that's why,
Ken, before you go in, also show us your cute
I have
mosaic.
a friend that has Mosaic Studio, so I've made my fish table for outside, and it's very light. I wanted to make sure I could still lift it. And then I made rocks to hold down my rug. Well, rugs have 4 corners, and I only have 2 rocks, so obviously I have to go make 2 more.
Those are so
to
cute.
Get the edge. This is the living room, dining room. Yet again, here's another thing I made at the Mosaic, and it's a glass block that's on solar, and so I turn it on before I leave the trailer at night, and that way, when I come back, because I'm usually forgotten to take a flashlight, I can see my trailer because the light's going. This is my toaster setup. Now, when I travel, I put these in the sink so that they're not falling all around, but that stays there, and there's hookups here, so I have my coffee and my toast, and I can sit on whichever side of the Davenport I want to. Here's my little oven. It's probably the reason I've not used the oven is because you have to light it. I don't think I'm old enough to use a lighter yet, but I don't think I'm allowed. The stove comes up, but since I don't really cook that much, I use it as a drain board and kind of a pantry. The shelves are very limited, but you learn to stack and move things. There's supposed to be a TV here, and since I don't have a TV, it became a kind of coat rack.
I like
and
it.
Which I put my aprons that I've had at different events
So
there.
cute.
This is my refrigerator that I unfortunately forgot to take the little openers off when I traveled, so the front panel fell off.
Oh, shucks.
And it got bent on here, so then you couldn't put it back on. So,
Still
but
does
it's
the trick.
silver, so it kind of almost looks the same.
There you go.
This would be the changing area, and we have our shower. This is another nice thing I think too, is that it's one of those rounded ones, so you don't feel that you're in a little shower. You have a bigger shower. And then when you come through, this will be the bathroom, and if I want to, I can just close you guys out.
Oh,
And
I
then
see.
so the bedrooms changed from the
love
living
that.
area.
Love
but I
that.
can't imagine why you do that if you had someone there, because they'd still have to come use the bathroom. These are twins, and as you can see, I have this entire walkway. Now, if you had the queen beds, they're here, so you get 6 inches on either side of the bed. Well, that's nothing, whereas having this makes it nice because I can change, and this pulls out in case, couples, and it becomes a king, but that's never going to happen. So I use it as a changing. But these are extra long twins. Here's the closet. It's so short, even bathing suits hit the bottom. So it would have been nice if they would have had maybe an extra long and a short, a regular size, and then the closet could come down. You can actually have used it as a closet.
I get it.
Hence, I hang things on the doors, or I have a curtain rod that I use. Since I don't use the other side, this has become my catch-all.
All right, let's do the bathroom tour.
And there's the bathroom, and a lot of people put full-length mirror here, which I would really like to, because it would be nice to see what you're walking out looking at. But right now this works really well to put little things that you need in the bathroom. And then you have a good-sized medicine cabinet. That's where all my toiletries are. And I even have room to put extra toilet paper and little camper pods and stuff. And it has a duct in there, so in the winter time, when you're cold, you open the door to the bathroom, it's nice and cozy and warm, and then you can cozy back up into your bed. Being the fact that I do use a cane for stability, having a narrow area is kind of nice because you can only bounce back so forth, so it's actually conducive to helping me use the trailer more too.
I love that. Well, cool. Thank you very much.